What is going on, my beautiful internet family? I'm Fero. I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, you guys know exactly what to do. Kick it in the butt. You rule your life doesn't rule you. In today's video, we've got a couple really cool things. We're going to be talking about North Korea launching a missile. We're going to be talking about how Call of Duty 2 is back. I'm really pumped about that. We're talking about Microsoft's Hololens and its technology in it. It's really cool. And we're going to be talking about the really sad event that happened in Italy with the earthquake. So let's just stop wasting time and jump right into it. So the first topic of discussion today is Nate Diaz. Saturday, he fought against Conor McGregor in UFC 202. I kind of covered that in my last video. Now he's hitting the media a little bit more because after the fight at the press conference, he did a little thing, a little illegal. Anybody who watched the press conference knows exactly what I'm talking about, but for those of you who do not, during answering questions, Nate Diaz pulled out what looked like a vape pen and started pulling on it. He then disclosed that it was CBD, which is another form of THC. And if you don't know what THC is, it's the chemical in marijuana that makes you high. Nate and his brother, Nick, both have claimed that they love marijuana and they've never really gotten away from it even in their professional career. Even went on to admit that not only was he smoking it right after the fight, he had smoked it beforehand. He claimed that it helps with inflammation, it helps you heal better, helps blood flow, so it helps the recovery process in both training and during fights speed up a lot more. Problem with that is that with the USADA, which is the US Anti-Doping Agency, he's probably going to be in trouble with them, and here's why. They banned cannabinoids, anything to do with cannabis, anything to do with marijuana, everything, THC. You cannot consume 6 hours prior or 6 hours after a fight. Well, he claimed that he had smoked it beforehand, and he also claimed that he had smoked it afterwards because he did it at the press conference that is literally right after the fight. Now, prior to the press conference, Diaz was drug tested, but his admittance to using CBD, which is just like THC, like I said, and the outcome of how the fight was anyways, many people think that he's just going to get off with a slap of the wrist. That also brings up another point because a lot of people have kind of a grudge against celebrities because they're able to get away with all this stuff that the common Joe, like me or you, would go to jail for doing that. Moving from one crazy story right to another, Wednesday, which technically would have been last night for us, North Korea launched a ballistic missile from one of their submarines off the coast of Singpu, which is in the northern part of North Korea on the east side, on the East Sea or the Sea of Japan. The East Sea is normally what they call it. Well, right now, joint operations between South Korea and the US military are doing a drill like they do every year. This is an annual drill, which has North Korea apparently really focusing and watching and seeing, are they trying to stage something? Are they going to attack us? They did say that if there is any sign of threat to North Korea from South Korea and the US joint forces, North Korea will go nuclear. What was really odd about this missile launch, and also what kind of made this hit the news, because we all know that every time North Korea launches a missile, it's got to hit CNN. What really got this was the fact that it went 300 miles north right into Japanese airspace. You got to understand that now Japan is on edge because, okay, they can launch these missiles straight into our country. South Korea and the US are going, okay, are these guys actually going to gear up to try to do something? Does this mean that they're going to be launching more missiles? Does this mean they're actually testing technology that they can actually hit countries nearby and probably go intercontinental? I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Moving away from that story and the potential of World War III with North Korea, let's move over to World War II. What I mean by World War II, and this goes to all the video gamers out there, Call of Duty 2 from, back in 2005 is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One. What is up? I remember Call of Duty 2 as one of the games that really got me into first-person shooters. It really started with Halo back in 2001. That was, for me, one of the coolest games. Call of Duty 1 was amazing, but Call of Duty 2 is when Call of Duty really made multiplayer a big thing, and it really grew from there. Today we have crazy stuff. They're jumping off buildings and flying and exosuits and all that crazy stuff. This is back when it was just boots on the ground. It took some actual skill to kill each other. It wasn't just, oh, I have this crazy technology and gadget I can call on airdrops. No, this was bare bones, boots on the ground, how I grew up and loved it. It's awesome. I'm really pumped that it's back. Nobody saw it coming either. There was no data leaks. There was no rumors about this. It was just, it popped up yesterday and it was, hey, you can now play Call of Duty 2 on Xbox One. What up? Along with that, we're going to piggyback this story because it has to do with Call of Duty Endowment, which is a program that they created to help veterans secure employment. Well, Activision, which is the main company that does Call of Duty, made a goal that by 2018 they wanted to have at least 25 25,000 veterans in a stable job. Announced yesterday, they have reached their goal. 25,000 veterans are now employed thanks to Activision. They raised $21 million in grants. That's a crazy amount of money. Now they're taking it one step further and saying by 2019, they want to have 50,000 veterans employed. Not only do they make some really fun games, but they're actually trying to give back to the community and give back to the people that actually serve and that we can actually call heroes. As always, guys, all the links to these stories are down in the description below. Moving on to the cool story of the day. I don't have another cool video. I'm sorry I can't find anything cool, but I got this really cool story that I found. A man in the Philippines 10 years ago found this giant pearl that he got out of a massive clam, and he caught this 34-kilogram pearl. Look at this thing. This thing is massive. It's said to be about 1 foot wide by about 2.5 feet long, and it weighs about 34 kilograms.
34 kilograms equals 74.957 pounds.
You heard that, 75 pounds. That's about the size of a normal dog, like a lab or something. That's massive. Now, he hasn't disclosed what he's going to do with this now, but some people are saying that he could get millions of dollars if he was to sell this. Moving on to some tech news, we're going to be talking about Microsoft's Hololens and how they're really starting to disclose what's actually in it. Hololens is kind of taking virtual reality one step further. What they're doing with it is, instead of you putting on like the Oculus Rift or the VR, the virtual reality systems that you put on, and what they're kind of doing is mixing what the Google Glass did with what Oculus Rift does. Augmented reality maps it out on the areas around you. It reads everything around you and maps it out. They've come out to say that they're able to do this and have such crazy processing power because it has 24 cores. Most computers have a 4-core system or a dual-core system, quad-core. Maybe you have 2 quad cores, so you're running 8 cores on a normal crazy gaming setup. Now, this article that I'm linking down in the description about this has tons of tech talk and lingo that I don't truly understand. So hit that link down in the description. Go check it out. This looks really, really cool. They actually have a demo of what the HoloLens will do. It's really cool. So now, guys, this brings us to the final story of the day, which is world news, which is also some sad news. We're going to talk about the earthquake in Italy. It was a 6.2 magnitude earthquake which hit northern Italy, hit right near the historic town of Amatrice. They're saying at least about 86 people are dead in Amatrice, and it is gone. There's nothing left. Look at these before and after photos. Nice clean street to nothing. The only thing that's left standing in that photo is the church tower. They're now saying that the death toll has risen to about 159 casualties, which is just sad. This is really sad. We had the earthquake that triggered the tsunami in Indonesia, which was just massive loss of life. Massive earthquake that happened in Nepal, which again was a loss of life, and now there's a loss of life here in Italy. And what really hits me hard is I'm Italian, guys. Now, I'm not from Italy. I'm here from the United States. Most of my family is from the United States. In my mind, I consider Italy as like a homeland. That's where my ancestors came from. Like I've said in past videos, loss of life is sad and just unnecessary. It really sucks a lot. As you see in this graph, Amatrice is about to the northeast of Rome, just to give you kind of a picture idea of where this is, and it also shows the magnitude of how bad it was. That darker color, like brownish almost, is actually where the center point was, where it was the worst. Let's send some good vibes, hope for some good news. Alright, guys? And guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this, leave a like. If you didn't, you can go ahead and leave a dislike. I still love you guys no matter what. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you for enjoying this stuff. I'm really enjoying doing this just as much as I hope you guys are enjoying watching it. Remember, guys, be the change in this world that you want to see. Only you can change this world. If you guys aren't subscribed already, smash that subscribe button. I want to see your guys' beautiful faces around here more often. And like I've already said, I love each and every one of you. I'm Fero, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!